Hey guys, today I will be doing a solo run with the most underrated class in the game, the arsonist. I barely see people using this class, and I want to try if this can actually be a good class for solo runs. What's really good about this class is that it doubles your fire damage. That is very good since we also start with molotovs. I actually see a very high potential with this class, especially if they had fire-based weapons. Anyways, enough yapping, let's get started. So I started preparing for my first takeoff. For this run, since I bought a revolver, I decided to use one newspaper as fuel just in case I run out of fuel with nothing in sight. I ran over some outlaws that were blocking the rail tracks. I will pick up their bodies since they cost for a fortune, and I also see a sheriff house in the distance. I will try my luck and see if I can get either a rifle or armor. Before that, let me just finesse these zombies. This is actually a very good trick. Just spin around since the zombies can't hit you if you do so. Anyways, I found no rifle or armor in this place. There was only another revolver and some turret ammo. Unlucky. With that being said, I got back to my train and set off. I also saw the horses that the outlaws I ran over before were riding. I found this mine as well. This is very good since I was only able to buy one coal. With this much coal, I should be able to arrive at the first checkpoint. I can also see a lot of outlaws in the distance. Hopefully, they don't one-shot me. Well, I can still cheese them since they cannot even aim nor think properly. It literally turned night as I was trying to hit them through the train's part. That is how long I have been hitting these guys. It's fine since it is a good investment anyways. I also found my first town. Let me just wait until daytime. So it is easier for me to beat this town, knowing that I only have molotovs and a revolver with limited amount of ammo. I really hate runner zombies on these types of runs. I am not used to not one-shotting them. Luckily, this zombie inside the sheriff's has his arm sticking out, so I can just hit him through the wall. I also found a piece of armor inside this house. Good find. This will be the main trick I will be doing for this run. This may not be as efficient as having a werewolf or vampire and using holy water, but this one still works and has high potential for future updates. And it looks cool as well. And with that, I was able to clear off this town. Not bad, right? And of course, I will not make the same mistake again. I will now collect all the bonds that I see in the game. With that, I have finished raiding this town and am now ready to go to the first checkpoint. This checkpoint has a house just outside. I might have to check that one out later. Anyways, I started by selling off everything that I looted from the town. Then I also sold the bodies of the outlaws that I ran over and killed with my trusty shovel. I also need to have a rifle because I have no way of defending against dynamite zombies. Those zombies are very annoying to deal with if you have no guns. I also bought another piece of armor, and of course, the main trick of the day, molotovs. I was able to fill my item slots with molotovs, and am now ready to take on hordes of enemies. I also got some snake oil for precaution, and in the house, I was able to get one coal. Now I am setting off. And as I set off, there's a body of an outlaw just hanging around out the walls. And on the distance, I actually saw the town of Sterling. That is very early, and I am not complaining. That just means more bonds. So I took all the bonds in the town, and I also plan on going to the mines. Let me just speedrun the cave and collect all of the jade tablets. And for new viewers, or new players of Dead Rails, if you didn't know, once you take the mask and nothing is on its spot, werewolves are going to spawn. So to counter that, just put something as a placeholder so the plate doesn't go down. Anyways, here we are. I finally collected all of it, and have now gotten the jade sword. And also more bonds, of course. With these much bonds, I should be able to unlock more classes for more videos. I really hate these dynamite zombies. They always catch me off guard. See? I almost died from that. I had to use a snake oil since I don't have enough to do any revives. Eventually, it turned daytime, which meant I did not need to use the torch anymore. I just got back on my train as fast as I could so I can get to the checkpoint and sell the stuff I got. We have more outlaws. Say hello to your good friend, the Jade Sword. I can't believe how many outlaws I am encountering for this run. I will be so rich after I collect all of these outlaws' bodies. This outlaw tried to do the horse flying glitch with his friend. What an interesting sight to see. Anyways, gimme them corpses. I can't believe that this is still in the early game, but I already gathered enough for me to get to the finish line. Anyways, here's the next town. Let me just try out the trick I did earlier. Hopefully it worked smoothly this time. I got startled because I heard a dynamite zombie. Thankfully though, it couldn't reach me. Gathering the zombies without any speed boosts except the snake oil is very risky. But if done well, it works like a charm. Then there we go! They all got burned from the molotovs. This is very good for a cheap class, you know. Anyways, I just continued to loot the town, so I can get very rich before getting to the end. Then I set off. I now arrived at the next checkpoint. Then I immediately sold off the outlaws for more money. I also sold off the loot that I got from clearing towns. Then I just bought more resources that I would need to keep the trick going, and then I set off for the next town. Here we are. This time, I'll try to do the trick cleanly. These zombies are just following me mindlessly. I think I figured it out now. I just have to throw a single molotov so that the runner zombies die first, then I gather them again, then throw another molotov. Even the full armored zombie died with this trick. I mean, that looked very clean though, right? I cleared off the town easily just like that. So I looted this town since it became a ghost town after I did all of that. A bond spawned outside the bank. Very convenient, don't you think? Anyways, I continued on looting this bank for everything. Usually it takes me lots of time before I can actually clear off a single town. But this time, I am doing it very quickly because of the arsonist class. I can't believe that this is still the 30 kilometers checkpoint as well, because of how strong I started. Then rinse and repeat. I bought more resources for the trick, and I even bought armor for me and my train. So I just quickly welded the metal sheets for cover, then I refueled the train. After that, I set off for the next checkpoint. Actually, I wanted to find a Tesla lab just to see if my trick could work there properly. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to find it on this one. I also decided to just skip the town, because I can't waste the resources I have for the Tesla lab. So in this checkpoint, I just sold off the outlaws and bought more coal, then got back on the train. The same thing happened here as well. No Tesla lab even after the 50 kilometers. Usually I see it around 20 to 40 kilometers. So I think I might have missed it, or it may be bugged and didn't spawn at all. Anyways, I did the usual stuff and immediately went off. I hope that I didn't miss the Tesla lab. I really want to try out the trick there. And of course, as I was still yapping, just outside the checkpoint, Tesla's lab actually spawned. Thankfully it did, because I also want to see if I can beat Tesla using the molotovs. Here we are. Let me just quickly build Tesla. Then I started the zombie scientist wave, and I just camped on top of this box. These zombie scientists aren't able to reach me, but I'm sure that once I move just an inch, they will climb up. Anyways, here they are coming. And just like that, they easily climbed on top of the box as well. So I ran off and just did the trick normally. I almost got trapped there and died. That was very close. Enough being said, I cleared off Tesla's lab easily as well. I can't believe it. So I just quickly looted this place and headed straight back to the train. And I arrived at the second to the last checkpoint. I am now near the end. I hope I can beat Tesla with the molotovs. That would be so epic. In this checkpoint, I just prepared some stuff that I would need for the last fight. Then without hesitation, went for the last checkpoint. Well, I just skipped all of that, and now I am heading straight for the end or the Outlaws outpost. Alright, it's now within sight. Let's just charge straight into it. I will just shoot some outlaws from afar first, so I wouldn't get one shot when I come out. And there we go! We easily cleared off this town as well. I wasn't able to use my Molotov trick too, because they are not gathering and were just shooting from afar. Anyways, I took all of the bonds first, then started the timer. I went up this spot as this is where I usually shoot enemies from afar, and also to have more leeway against Tesla. Now, I am just waiting for Tesla to try and see if my trick does any damage to him, and if it can even kill him. There he is. Let me just proceed with the plan. Oh no! I really thought I had it as well. Too bad. If only I used the snake oil a bit more earlier. I was too focused on doing damage to Tesla that I didn't notice the damage on myself. Well, that pretty much sums up this class. It is very strong if used well, but it is very risky as well, so you need to have the proper skills for using it. With that being said, I didn't have the skill to pull a win off this class, but I encourage you guys to try out this class, as it is very fun and very challenging to do so on a solo run. I'm glad I was able to showcase the potential and the uses of this class. And with all of that done, I think this is the best time to end this video. Leave a comment on what classes do you think I should try next. And of course, leave a like and subscribe to the channel while you are there. Have a great day, and see you next time.